Hello, my name is Thea. I'm a visibility advisor for introverts, and what that means is I help introverts show up online authentically and without all the overwhelm, which, can happen pretty easily. So this is one of a series of videos of me critiquing someone's social media presence, and I did want to point out that this person signed up to be critiqued, so it's not like I'm just choosing random people to critique here. So I'm recording this video in the hopes that you can get some tips and tricks that you can use in your own social media profiles. So let's get started. Alright, so here's Angela's Twitter profile. So Angela has told me that her primary purpose for Twitter is to help other businesses because she's been helped a lot in her business. So she just wants to pay it forward. So my guess here, Angela, is that your metric for success is engagement. So that's kind of what we'll be looking at the most in this critique here. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is we're on favstar.fm. This is a website that says they will show you your best tweets. So I've found that this site isn't entirely accurate, but seeing as I can't access your official analytics, it's a place to start. So if you want more accurate analytics of your Twitter profile, just go to analytics.twitter.com. So let's look at some of your top tweets here. So this first one is quite popular. This was really interesting. So you have quite a few retweets and hearts here. So you're jumping on the bandwagon of this topical conversation. This is something that's funny. Biden memes is something that was being searched. So you're really, hopping on the zeitgeist. So great technique here on getting some more views and hearts and people looking at your content. Okay, so for this one, you are using this hashtag ThinkBig with Marsha, and I've actually used that hashtag too. It's a great way to get people to see your tweets and to just jump on that really popular hashtag and jump on that bandwagon. So that's a great technique that you used here to get more likes and views on this tweet. Just skip over this one because you're actually talking to somebody. Though I do want to say, totally start talking to more people. I think that is a great technique, just start networking more with people, letting them know that you are there for them, that you support them. Okay, moving on to this one. I love that you're saying any questions, DM me. You're literally saying here, I am here to support you. Please DM me. I think you would have had some more response to this if you offer this a little more often, because many people think, maybe she's gonna sell me something or something like that. But if you frequently offer to help people like this, I think there will be more people who are taking you up on it. So I love the fact that you did that there. Okay, let's go back to your profile. Okay, let's just scroll past this pinned tweet because pinned tweets tend to get higher engagement just because people see them the most often. So we'll just scroll past it because it's not giving us very, clear data. So, I love that you're talking about introversion here, of course. I love this. So here you're paying it forward to these two organizations by tweeting about them. Now here's a link that doesn't have any likes or comments. So what I would do if I were you is to sign onto analytics.twitter.com and see how many people are actually clicking this link. Because if you aren't getting any likes or retweets, that doesn't necessarily mean that you aren't helping people. So it might be interesting to you to see if your Twitter followers like the links, or do they like other types of content like personal pictures or quotes or something like that. And then maybe you can concentrate on the type of content that they prefer, and that way help them in the way that they prefer to be helped. So I actually love this. It's making me a little dizzy, so I'll just scroll back up so I can't see it as much. But I do love the fact that you had that in there, that GIF, because it shows some personality, right? It shows that you have some humor. We're getting to know you a little better. And kind of showing your personality is a great way to build engagement. and to gain those followers who see you as a real person, someone to look up to, and someone who will support them, right? So I do love that gift there. This one got a like and a retweet, so I think that's probably because it's, topical or something on people's mind, and also, you have an exclamation point here. So it feels like a strong opinion, right? And strong opinions do work well on social media. Okay, scrolling. Again, these links aren't getting very many likes. Those things rarely get any interest because it's just about your account. Okay, so this one, a like, and I think you're showing yourself as a leader here in your description. So, you're saying, I didn't get it, but I'm going to improve and I'm going to try again next time. And I think that's very uplifting for people who are seeing this, right? You're saying, we're not all perfect. Here I am. Something that I was hoping had happened didn't, but I'm moving on. A lot of the times people can look at social media and assume that everyone has a perfect life in business, but nothing's happening in my business. So I love the fact that you're keeping it real right here. And at the same time, you have this fun gif of the peanut character. So here you're celebrating, that's awesome. You're making this a little more personal. You're reminding the people who are looking at your Twitter account that you are a leader and that there's a person behind this account. So here, you're sharing your experience. Keep listening, keep asking, keep learning. Images are popular on Twitter, so that's good that you used one there. So this is you being real, once again, about your leadership. You had a fantastic meeting. You didn't fall asleep on a 7-hour long nighttime flight. So, you're keeping it real. So it doesn't really feel like humble bragging that you just had a fantastic meeting and aren't you, inspired leader. So this really, shows people that you're a real person. So I think you can incorporate more of your daily life into Twitter, and I think that will be popular. Okay, so I think one thing I'm noticing here is that I'm trying to scroll so that there's not very many GIF images to distract me. One thing I've noticed is that you're not asking a lot of questions, so I think that's something that you might want to start doing, especially if you want to feel like you're helping people. And it's hard to really know if you're actually helping people if people aren't responding to what you're posting. So one way to get people to respond is to actually ask them a question, say, how are you doing? So like that tweet that we saw before, you can ask people to DM you. You can say, tweet me your questions. You can say, do you have anything that you'd like me to retweet for your business? Something like that. So ask them to engage with you. So stating your ask does actually help on social media. There was actually some research that found that tweets that end with please retweet have 4 times more retweets. So it is important to actually ask for what you want on social media, whether it's retweets, likes, replies. Don't be afraid to actually go ahead and tell these people what you want them to do with your content. So just post a question and start the conversation. Because if you're not fulfilled by this number of followers, and if you're fulfilled by some actual engagement and people telling you that you're helping them, then I would actually encourage people to interact with you more. And sometimes that requires, you actually asking them to interact. I know that could be, a little weird for us introverts to want to say, hey, I actually want to be talked to. But that might actually help you just enjoy your Twitter profile a little more. So I noticed that you do occasionally retweet posts by others, and I've seen mine there, so thank you. And retweeting is awesome, but perhaps you can engage more people in conversations, because showing an interest in them will make it more likely for them to like and comment on your tweets. You can even set yourself a quota, like replying to one person's tweets each day. Another thing you could do is look at the people who are liking your tweets. And you can make a Twitter list with those people. So like it's the people who are actually engaging with your content, and therefore perhaps those are the people that can use your expertise the most. And really start viewing Twitter as an introvert-friendly social tool. So, you're doing great here, Angela. I mean, obviously 10,000.7 followers is something that many, many people would be grateful to have. I know you said that you thought a lot of them were fake, but my guess is they aren't actually fake. But I do think that a lot of them right now just don't know you personally. So they don't really see you as someone that they can interact with much. Maybe it might be that they're seeing you as somebody who has lots of information, but not necessarily is someone to support them, right? So I would definitely start interacting with people a little more, if that is something that you want, and if you are interested in maintaining that kind of relationship with your followers, being there for them, supporting them. I wouldn't be, disheartened, Angela, as it sounds like you may be. You're doing great. I think there's just a few little tweaks that you can do in order to make Twitter work for you. So thank you so much for raising your hand, Angela, and I hope you found some actionable tips from this critique.